So, I'm here with William Sharman, 100-metre hurdler. He's going to tell you a little bit about himself today, where he is with his athletics and where he's going. So William, how has your training been going so far?
Training's been going really well actually. It's been progressing as the season's been unfolding. I had a slow start to the season, mostly because I broke my wrist in January at the beginning of the year. Had surgery and consequently I spent a couple of months with a plaster around my forearm, so I couldn't run. But as the season's unfolded, I've steadily got faster, and in fact I've opened up the fastest I've ever opened up before. 13:60 at Loughborough was my first competition of the season, as compared to previous years where I haven't broken 14 seconds in my first race of the season. So I'm happy with the way things are going.
Fantastic. How's your nutrition been so far?
Nutrition's played an important part, and more so now that the season's here. I'm working with a nutritionist actually, and the aim was in fact to get my body fat levels slightly lower than what they are as we go into competition season. So I have protein mixed in with my porridge in the mornings to try and make sure I can convert more lean muscle mass. And also I had a bit of a binge week last week, which I plan to just get behind me. I had 5 triple chocolate chip cookies, 3 Twixes, 1 caramel Kit Kat, and some other naughty little bits and pieces as well. Now that is a terrible week for me, but I felt like I really needed to get it out of my system. So it's out now. We've got the trials coming up this weekend, and this means that my nutrition's going to be very, very good.
Okay. So how are you feeling about the championships this weekend?
Quite excited actually. I'm not thinking too much about it. I just take each day as it comes, training each day as the sessions unfold, and not worrying about it at all really. I'm quite confident with what I do when I'm on the track. I just need to let it happen, let it unfold, and it will be another competition. I've rehearsed them so many times now, it's just normal, and I'm confident knowing in my mind that my form's growing. So I would go there and expect to do better than my previous competition, but not worry if I don't, and that gives me a great inner belief.
Okay, great stuff. What book would you take around the Europe next?
Good question actually. Quite often I spend quite a lot of time on the European circuit, moving from one hotel in one country to another hotel in another, and it can be quite solitary. The book that I would take would be Frank Boyle, My Shit Life So Far. And Frank Boyle is an awesome comedian. I think he's fantastic, and for Father's Day yesterday I got his book, and I plan to get stuck into that whilst I'm travelling around Europe next.
Great stuff. So, how do you fit your social life around your training and your athletic commitments?
For me, it's simple, and it should be simple for all young athletes out there as well, aspiring to be Olympians. A few things come first. If you're young and still at school or university or college or whatever it may be, the first thing is your education. That always comes first. Your number 2 priority, in my opinion, should be your athletics. And social comes after that. So for me, it's the similar kind of thing again, except I've graduated now, I'm no longer studying. So the first and most important thing for me now is family. After that, it's athletics. But the two coincide because my family know how important athletics is to me, so athletics is very high up. Social activities come when you can fit them in, and it doesn't work the other way around. Take note. If you want to be the best, you need to approach with a mental attitude that you are the best, and you need to prioritise your track.
Brilliant. PME, positive mental attitude.
It's true.
Before an event, William, do you listen to any music?
Yeah, I do actually. One that's doing wonders for me at the moment is Drake. It's Over. I think that's what his new track's called, and it's all about doing me. And before an event, I want to just do me. I want to hurdle the way I hurdle, not how he hurdles. I want to do my own warm-up. I want to do all the things that are familiar to me, and that's what brings me success. So listening to his lyrics really empowers me in that sense.
Okay. What inspires you?
Sorry?
What inspires you?
Inspiration comes from my visualization of winning, my visualization of making, breaking records, having medals, making lots of money, being famous. These things really inspire me. Seeing pop stars on TV doing the same kind of thing, I want to do it in my field. And seeing previous athletes set the standards and set the tone, such as Colin Jackson, Linford Christie, these guys that have done it previous to my generation, really inspire me to go out there and do it as well.
Who's your childhood hero?
Ooh, childhood hero. It's got to be my mum, really. Very powerful, influential role model. Yeah, my parents worked closely together to make sure that my brother, myself and my sister were always challenging ourselves and trying to excel. If it wasn't for my parents, in particular my mum, being that sole driving force, then I probably wouldn't be where I am today.
Fantastic. Okay. What was your favourite car?
Good question. My favourite car that seems realistic, in other words, yeah, it's likely that I can achieve having a car like this. I mean, I could... Actually, my favourite car is Rolls-Royce Phantom.
Yeah.
But everyday car that I see around quite often would be the BMW 535 with body kit. Black, tinted windows, and a nice sound system, full leather interior, all the parking sensors, all that malarkey whacked in, TV, you name it.
Okay. Okay, William. Last question. If you give anyone advice out there who's looking for inspiration, motivation, where would you tell them to look?
I'd say, if you're looking for inspiration and a lot of motivation, go down to your nearest athletics club, your nearest track, and become part of a track group or a field group. You'll find that these club level coaches are fantastic when it comes to motivation and inspiring young athletes. They inspired me as well back in the day. You also have a camaraderie which develops because you're in a training environment, because you're associated with like-minded individuals who are trying to achieve and aspire just like yourself. Charity begins at home, and often you'll find that charity at your local athletics club. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks for tuning into my video blog, and I hope you're going to tune in to the next episode